Welcome back. It's 8:37. President Trump may be having a negative impact on some businesses in Florida. Harvey Levin joins us from L.A. Good morning, Harvey. Good to see you. So President Trump calls Mar-a-Lago his winter White House. Seems like he's been there a lot lately, and some people are not happy about it.
Well, the flight schools down there are in chaos. What's happened is the flight schools have to close now because they're too close to, a lot of them are too close to Mar-a-Lago. They operate out of Palm Beach International Airport, which is only 2.5 miles away, and there's this area where you can't fly, and they've just essentially closed the flight schools the authorities have for security reasons. So one of the flight schools is saying, look, we are losing $7,000 a weekend whenever he comes down, and he's come down every weekend. And the buzz is he's going to come down every weekend until May. So this one school said, look, we've lost $56,000 since he was inaugurated. So it's thrown them into free fall. And on top of that, we talked to one flight school that said, look, you know, some of the 9/11 terrorists went to flight school in Florida, and the guy said, we are allowed to fly around Mar-a-Lago when he's not there, when Trump's not there, but he said, I'm not doing it at all. I'm staying completely clear of it because I don't want that on my conscience. So it is a big thing down there right now.
Has the White House responded at all? Has Trump's people said anything? Like, oops, or is it trying to fix it? I guess there's really nothing they can do.
There's nothing that, you're right, there's nothing they can do. And look, it's not like this is unprecedented. Richard Nixon had the Western White House in San Clemente. So, you know, presidents have done this before. I don't know that they've done it quite as frequently up to this point. They've used Camp David more, and I don't think Trump has been to Camp David yet. But he likes Mar-a-Lago. He likes what he likes.
Right.
and it's within, you know, it's within a reasonable amount of. It doesn't take that long to get down there.
Right.
So it seems like this is the drill now. Friday, jump on a Air Force One and go down to Florida.
Yeah, and he's even had some meetings there. In fact, President Trump is set to meet with his former Republican rival, John Kasich, and I thought it was interesting. They're both saying, like, they're not really saying who called this meeting, right?
Well, they're disputing it. We found out that Trump is going to meet Kasich on Friday in the Oval Office.
Okay.
Now, the Kasich people are telling us that Trump called the meeting. The Trump people are saying the governor called the meeting. So neither wants to say the other blinked. But we are told on the Trump side that there is no agenda. Kasich saying, I have no idea why he wants to meet with me. The Trump people are saying there's no agenda. It's just to catch up. But clearly, Trump wants to deal with, you know, a guy who was strongly opposed to him and even wrote in John McCain's name for president instead of voting for Trump. So he's got some repairing to do.
Yeah, I mean, because he definitely refused to endorse Trump and refused to vote for Trump as well. So it will be interesting to see what these two actually accomplish in a meeting together.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you so much for the updates, Harvey. Appreciate it.
Okay, Lauren, we'll see you.
You can see TMZ weeknights at 11 p.m., weekdays at 3 p.m. here on Fox 4. You can also find a link to the show's website at fox4news.com. So it's 8:40 right now. And if